a map we don't know what to expect from them. They pull out the neon on Soulcast. All right, Team Liquid, well, let's see what they have up their sleeve. This is KRÜ's map pick, and Team Liquid have decided to start on the attack side as we kick things off. I'm seeing a molly from Link right away. That is some early util usage.
Straight into A main here. And nobody here on the other side from KRÜ to greet it. A couple of bits of utility to slow things down. Kesnet actually going to be tucked up on top site here, but no contact even found just yet, Mitch.
These smokes are really covering the distance on the way through. Out goes the chamber, but it's a bait for Kesnet, who's now undetected. Great first kill, and his teammates are rallying over to help him. The players on site trapped. Oh, that dash, it didn't quite work out. The numbers don't end up in Team Liquid's favor just yet, and with Link being rushed down, this round's looking like it's done unless JonahP's got a big clutch.
74 HP, upgrades to a Ghost here. We'll have his fault line back online, but we'll retrieve the ult orb for the time being now. But again, with where that spike is, it's so difficult to dig out here, and whether or not KRÜ are going to overstep the mark and even give him a freebie on the way in.
Oh, look, they're literally triple peeking him. A tower of players ready to take him down. And JonahP's not going to take that fight just yet. Create a little bit more uncertainty as he moves around in towards the spawn, and nobody's checking it just yet. Nobody's checking it, but here we go. Okay, eventually Mazzino turns an eye, walks in, claims the first round for KRÜ.
And that's sort of what you want to see from this composition, Liquid, with these kind of coordinated, fast hits. And again, I mean, this is probably a talking point that's going to span throughout the series, but it's when things go wrong, right? What's the recovery factor? It's the contingency that's always lacked in some of these plays for Liquid, especially recently. So again, a good indicator for the first round, whether or not, I mean, you throw a couple more of those in and it comes a little demoralizing to keep just trying to run it down, but we'll have to wait and see if they find some success.
I do think for Liquid in that round, they run right into the stun immediately, and that just slows the pace so much, which is something they're relying on.
It's a basic default.
Oh, absolutely. It is, of course. Yeah, I guess maybe hoping that in the pistol round it wouldn't come through, but yeah, chances of that are pretty damn low. It's stunned up and then gunned up. When you look at KRÜ with 1-0 to play with, they're obviously getting themselves a nice comfy ult buy, plenty of rifles and ranged weapons along with the Spectres. And your Team Liquid, a couple of kills would be fantastic. Hard to come by, but Scream's been offered one on a silver platter.
Really punished there, actually, with the smoke covering the cross. He hasn't had no clue that Scream was even that close just yet, but things will slow down now, whether or not I think we can find anything on the back of that. Mazzino actually going to wall off into tower here.
Make noise if he drops down. Of course, they'll hear him.
I mean, no progress towards Saya either, so they're actually considering the rotation already. There's no pressure towards A either. I mean, full control here under Nagzep.
Yeah, it's that utility covering off Dish. It's going to give them a little bit of an advanced warning once they start to make it up. To be honest, though, considering especially that it's Soulcast there, he can get onto that site so quickly.
I mean, they're going to expect it, for sure.
They hear it. And they're waiting. They're going to blitz this together. Oh, no, someone's being detected by it. That's a little bit of a mistake. And now you're going to have that player Nagzep staring right at them. Soulcast already taken down. The rest of these players, well, they're just swarmed by Spectres. Nicely handled by KRÜ. And this is exactly how you want to start things off. Just the one loss for them, and it's Kesnet going down.
Not an awful lot of damage done. Yeah, I'm not even sure, actually, I didn't even know Link's smoke situation there, whether or not there was one invested over towards B, but obviously committed the wrong way. With Nagzep tucked in main, he gets a freebie on Soulcast coming out, desperately trying to clear something on site. We'll come through here, whether or not KRÜ are actually going to flex out a little bit, make some attempt to at least put the Spectres to work in the early rounds. Liquid actually 4 light shields across the board. This could get interesting here, Mitch.
They're crunching north side. Look at this. Navarra's all alone, and he's got his utility covering it, but KRÜ are going for a 4-man crunch. He's dead immediately. Oh, that rifle! Soulcast needs to get out of there. That's not a fight you can be struggling like that in. It's time to hightail it to the other side of the map. They'll pick up the spike on their way, but KRÜ got complete control. They know what's going on.
That's the most influential kill to find as well. When Liquid are just creeping towards the setup. And now this is where we put to test, right? The recovery factor in this round. Soulcast tagged up very low. Else will catch the audio cue there, and Kesnet's actually pretty close by. Oh, he just gets caught.
That's an awkward dash.
Oh, JonahP, what?
I don't know how he gets away with a double there. Stun coming in towards the site, and, well, they're covered up from the flames, so nice and easy. They're going to get that plant down. Hold on, tells it goes running through. That was a bit of a solo play. I'm not sure I can get behind that one.
Should be in the bag now. JonahP actually looking for the ace after 18 HP, whether or not he's going to risk throwing away another rifle here, but Nagzet on the way back in. I think he's just going to commit to try and find an exit through main. I mean, it would be good. With how this round's gone here, you got to look at the bigger picture here and whether or not you can remove any of these weapons at all, but a nice hit on the way in, honestly. I mean, nothing particularly special, nothing with any sort of flair on the way in, but this is the sort of thing, right? Is not being, I guess, tilted after that first kill. And Liquid stabilizing it. Winning out around, they absolutely should, obviously, with the inventory on the board.
An absolutely fantastic recovery, considering they started with a 4-man crunch on north side. Navera goes down, and we almost lost Solkus, which would have been a Vandal on the floor. I mean, that round could have fallen apart.
Hey, I mean, with JonahP as well, that's a crossroads, right? That goes either way. JonahP falls, that does slow down.
Yeah. You are so far behind at that point. You're losing all your utility to breach into the side as well. But with 2-1, I like this. It was a good one. With 2-1, Liquid, they get their round on. They only lose the one player right at the very start, but here's where KRÜ get the weapons out. And the operator for Kesnet, it's already taken a skull. That's nuts.
Down towards B main, and it's Navera again. It's what they will anticipate is the late round piece here for Liquid, and they should be able to get a good indicator that the Liquid are stacked up outside default. Actually, the default line comes through. The Rolling Thunder's sent in response as well, but KRÜ have given up sight.
Yeah, what a good round to play retake. These guys are now stacked up, ready with 4 players to blitz back in pretty much immediately before Liquid have even got the spike down. But these smokes are keeping them back for a moment. They're going to use utility to push them out of the corner. JonahP getting tagged up. Scream is down. That Blade Storm still dancing around looking for heads as Klaus picks up another. The Team Liquid side is dwindling. They need a hero to step it up, and it's not going to be Solkus. Link left alive on 70 HP. 4 kills to win this one, and the defuse, well, he can't even deny it.
Yeah, no way back in at all for Link. So clean there. And I mean, initially after the first blood, you look at it, it's like they haven't played that deep away from sight, but then within 2 or 3 seconds, they've already given up all that space, and they're happy to, because they know that there's no secondary threat coming through from B main. Really, really nice adjustment there. Literally on the back of finding the one kill that is the most influential. Same as the previous round.
Just saw the replay of it there as well, and he only caught like his ass cheeks as he came around the corner, and that's why the wall bang came through. With 3-1, look, KRÜ have had great ideas already. And like off the bat, when you look towards the A site, the pistol round that they played, using Nagzet as a bait, knowing that if they see Nags, they're not going to expect Kesnet to be tucked in. Having those little ideas already makes me so happy, because they are clearly prepared on this map, but Nags was not prepared for that.
No, Link with the full run and gun there will find the headshot. And that unfortunately will be sight. It's obviously tucked away with this operator now in it. Pretty tricky position to find value actually on the way back in. The spike plant late enough here where everybody from KRÜ's, they're already ready. They have so much time on this retake.
Oh, Mazzino with a good kill, but again, JonahP, same position, and a double kill comes through. That keeps them with control over main. It keeps their flank secure, because he can go back and watch it even if you lose Navera, which wouldn't happen. And then he had all his utility to work with as well. Man, that is a tough round for KRÜ as Liquid pick up another. That puts the defender side economy into pretty rough waters.
Yeah, and obviously with the Blade Storm being invested, you can't really offset that. I mean, he's at 38-50, whether or not you're going to opt to force up here. But JonahP again going huge on the way in there. Scream looking sharp as well, actually, for both of those. I mean, if they can find a stimmy first blood like that, then they could have found at least 1 point of weakness to exploit here. As you come through the force here for KRÜ, Navera this time stands strong, will find the first blood in response to the previous round. Oh, that's a little bit, kind of a desperation swing there.
Solkus is just continuing on forward, making sure that smoke is clear. They'll grab a plant. It's a tough enough round for KRÜ, because when you start this out, I wasn't really expecting them to go for the buy the way they did, to invest. Then they rolled the dice, play a little bit more aggressive, and on the back of that, I mean, the B side is lost almost immediately. Fighting back in here even is, I mean, like, look at what they've got.
No
way.
well, exactly, yeah. I mean, they've got to consider kind of cutting their losses here. Nags it's still not up to that tour de force either. So again, you look at the two tools that KRÜ have to kind of offset this economy, offset some of these purchases, and they're not there right now. This would actually be a big boom for Liquid, actually. Give him a nice cushion. And Scream actually does have his Blaze Storm online. Nevera should have his tour de force as well. So well, you could argue 1 or 2 rounds in hand here, even if they lose out the next 2.
Yeah, I mean, they're 1 away from every ult right now, with the exception of Scream, who's already online. This is a very strong position for Team Liquid to play in because they've got a stranglehold over KRÜ's economy. They've got ultis on the defender side that, you know, they're not terribly far away. You could have the likes of Nags take out the rifle here and there, but with where the economy is at, it almost feels like KRÜ need to just reset completely because, look, in this round, 2 rifles, Spectres, like, you need to just bite the bullet on 1 round, let it go, and then come in strong.
Yeah, the tendency is to try and, I guess, buffer out what they are bringing in, but it looks like he's going to try and a little bit aggressive towards Arcade here. Not sure if he was spotted on the swing. He's unnoted as of yet. Still punished. Soulcast quick with it there. Couldn't even TP away.
Right into 3 players. You know, someone was going to hit that shot, weren't they? Scream starting to make his way in towards Heaven. They're going to easily clear this out, have control. Maybe not so easily. Solka's going down.
That's giving up a weapon as well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Delvik's got the upgrade.
Yeah, that was
the orbital strike.
Did he push through a smoke as well?
Right there. He pushed all the way here, next to where Delvik's did.
And that smoke's only just faded, so he went right through that. Look, a risky play. One that hasn't paid off this time around, at least. Still plenty to work with for Team Liquid. Rolling Thunder, if this really gets out of hand, and it looks like it might just. Scream's already gone. They're on the site. They're starting to defuse. That's an early Rolling Thunder coming out, and Neveri even got caught in it. And they can buy a little bit more time and even get that orbital strike down. Oh no, that's a lot of damage for Kesnet. I thought he was going to go down to it. Couple of kills for Team Liquid. They bought enough time here and won the round, but it certainly wasn't as clean, and it was a lot more costly than they wanted it to be.
I mean, that's what I was about to follow up with there. I mean, what did it cost? Well, actually, just the orbital strike and the Rolling Thunder. But again, you got to feel like that's almost a win for KRÜ. The round loss, yes, but
we said they had to bite the bullet.
Yeah, 2 massive ultimates there from Team Liquid. Again, these are sort of your execution ultimates, right? It's the Rolling Thunder, it's the orbital strike. So, I mean, KRÜ definitely happy with that one. Come back in here finally now with a full purchase, at least full shields and rifles across the board. A couple of gaps in utility though.
I mean, you look at Team Liquid, Nevera, obviously, he's popped his ultimate, so they have plenty to back them up. I do like that trap, but it's supposed... Oh, no!
Oh,
he only just put the trap down! Nags is able to take 2! A third going in the hands of Klaus, and... Okay, well, they're maybe overfacing a small bit, but that's because Kesnet was here to help out. Through the smoke, okay. Well, very nicely handled by KRÜ.
I'm not sure how that trap was not spotted. Or at least heard. I mean, maybe in the chaos in the fray there, but again, that's ultimately the single piece of utility that absolutely punishes Liquid.
The only thing I can think is maybe if the door had been opened, right?
Yeah, it could have masked it.
He ran away. That's the only excuse I can give.
I mean, eventually the trade's gone through, but then by that point, Kesnet's already on hand.
Yeah.
He finds the next kill, and again, lucky with the spray, but Link's not got an awful lot to do there to recover that round. And just like that, I mean, with... you almost look at now the ultimates. Yeah, obviously Delvik's orbital strike used up previously, but... yeah, look at it. KRÜ almost feel like they're in a little bit of an advantageous position.
Yeah, I mean, it's flip-flopping back and forth with how some of these rounds are going. And, you know, there's about to be some difference makers, though, I think. When you look at Team Liquid, we had Nevera pop his ult previous round, didn't really find the success with it, but I've seen that he's bought up an operator before we went out to this pause. You can see Sliggy, the coach of Team Liquid, having some words with the boys, getting the strategies leveled out. I noticed it's actually amazing that they have the monitor beside them as well with the 5 views, so they can see everyone at once and then choose who they want to obs as well. I like that.
Okay, first introduced obviously back at Berlin, wasn't it, when we had everybody on the stage?
Yep.
Again, it's vital really for obviously making absolute use of these timeouts here. You can obviously kind of micromanage, right, if it's absolutely necessary. Coming back into this, I'm not sure. I mean, I still don't feel as if Liquid. Yes, we have a couple of oversteps from KRÜ. I mean, I'm talking not really by any fault of his own, really, but Nagzet overstepping the mark a couple of times, maybe being caught off in a position where he feels as if he's able to dip his toes and get out quick enough. But I don't feel like Liquid have really found anything that was like, guys, actually, let's punish this. Let's keep pushing it. KRÜ, we haven't actually seen any defensive aggression yet. So when that starts happening, other than finding a first kill, but I wouldn't even call that aggressive. It's so deep. Outside B main with the operator pick I'm talking about. Obviously, the bonus round push onto bridge is one that you could look at, but I'm worried in some of these buy rounds now that if Liquid are thrown a curveball, what do they do?
Well, that's it. I think that's where Liquid kind of have that weakness is when it comes to like, you don't look at this roster and go, oh, there's the Angel, there's the Boaster, you know? Like it is something that you'll struggle a bit more to adapt because you have to, you know, play to the whole team and how you're working with. But coming out of a pause, that's where I think Team Liquid gain a whole lot of advantage because you've just had that chat with Sliggy for a minute. He's gone over all the problems that they've had, and now it looks like Team Liquid's idea is to play super defaulty, hold for aggression, and push up towards B.
They're almost anticipating it. They're literally anticipating KRÜ eventually to start digging a little deeper, but they're well equipped here. I mean, the wall comes through so late in A main. Yes, obviously Scream shows presence to break it, but still actually 3 members of KRÜ committed towards A, I guess on the back of Sentinel utility trying to anchor towards B, but 30 seconds left now.
They know there's at least 3 players here from the utility that's gone down. Team Liquid are giving it away. It's the B site they want to push, and Nags got caught. Not able to get the shot off with his operator. Rolling Thunder, though, going to delay a little bit. They made it safely into the back of the site. Look who's running on through! Kesnin and Klaus both go down, but they're trying to run down the clock. KRÜ might be able to win this on time. They just need to stop the plant, and they've not managed to do it. Never mind. They got him, just about. We end up with a 5-4 scoreline. I felt like I saw the spikes stop, and then he got wrecked on the off angle from the B main. So,
I mean, that's one of the most Liquid rounds that you could watch.
Yeah.
Like, again, they think they're almost kind of big braining this, but KRÜ, even on the lighter side of this setup, they're still here so quickly before Liquid are able to capitalize on the space they've created. The utility usage was perfect. It was literally perfect. Again, Nagzet's so stunned up. I think potentially 2 or 3 times actually on the back of Soulcast and JonahP's fault line, but even then they still achieve nothing on the back of it.
Yeah, it has to be said here, if you're KRÜ, you're at 5-4, you're stacked up economy wise. Team Liquid, I need to see something a little bit different from them. The default round in the previous, they just ran it a little bit too long, and I can appreciate the play to start out. It was definitely the right move, anticipating KRÜ's adaptation. But now that time has been a clear constraint, and KRÜ have shown that they can stagger out pushes. Oh, wow, there's re-aggression out of them into main. Klaus gets away with a kill, 1-to-1 trading. And Solkis, well, he's going back to try and deal with Klaus. Can't quite find him. Oh, this is an awkward duel because there's actually a teammate coming in to help. Solkis will take down Klaus. All right, well, he's got Mazzino as well, never mind. Thought the trade would come through.
This Del's left now, but he's got ahead of the curve a little bit here. Link still on red alert there to find the kill, and again it's chaotic. I think initially the indicator there is a fantastic pinch coming through from drop, but again it didn't feel comfortable. Nothing that Liquid have done have felt particularly comfortable yet.
That's it. It does definitely feel like they're throwing out stuff, seeing what sticks, and the reality is, you know, for this map, that's what we expected.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could say actually that's something that needed addressing with Liquid. We were talking about the recovery factor, and actually KRÜ's a perfect example of a team that can play very, very chaotic if they want to. They kind of, I mean, they thrive in that scenario. But I don't know. It's just when you're watching Liquid in those sorts of rounds, it doesn't feel like they can repeat that.
Sure, but if they keep trading rounds back and forth the way they are, I mean, for the map that's in it, it's not that terrible of a start.
I mean, I'm just concerned for KRÜ's attack. Like, it's going to be fast and furious. I think that's a given.
Yeah, and with the comp that Liquid are running, there's going to be some challenges there if they're not able to win up those straight out duels. There's a dash out of Scream, oh my! In their faces immediately. The Blade Storm refreshed, and he's looking for more victims. Got that Phantom to work with him, he needs it. Well, not anymore, he doesn't. Yeah.
I don't know if that was a slight miscommunication there or just losing time on a smoke or what, but punished for it. And actually now, man advantage here for KRÜ.
Link just about managed to get into the corner after planting, and then he picks up 3! Oh, KRÜ absolutely stopped in their tracks. Nags will do his best to recover this one. 2 players to take down, Link and Solkis. He knows where they both are at least. There's one of the problems already dealt with. Unfortunately loses his life getting out of the orbital strike. 6 for
round. What a round from Link. I just really think it's getting to that point where it's like, oh no, Liquid have given a little bit of space back. KRÜ are going to find it, man, advantage on the way back in, but somehow, I mean, the aftershock comes through. I'm not sure if Mazzino just, like, this has got to be a split second where he doesn't catch Link crossing from the dice. I mean, it's crazy. And that's the position ultimately, I mean, Link just puts the team on his back there.
He had a choice in that moment, left or right. He definitely made the right call, tucking into that corner. 1 round left to play with here. We expect to see everything on the table. Dalzik, orbital strike to work with. Team Liquid gonna have more of a vanilla round to play. They're moving in. What they did in the pistol, essentially, fast rushing a main, moving to the site, and, well, KRÜ played retake again.
See how paranoid they are of the bait on top side. Solkis, though. That's it, Navera finds that? What?
Apparently, and he's TPing out as well. Solkis is reloading below them. They can hear him. They know that he's there, but they can't get him because JonahP, he owns that position. Every time he takes a duel there, he gets 2. I don't know how.
I also don't know how Liquid come out of this round, this half on top. To be honest with you, it didn't feel that way throughout it, but they closed out 7-5.
Yeah, it definitely didn't look like a commanding lead by Team Liquid, but the second half, a couple of questions still to be answered. Let's throw it over the analyst desk to see if they've got any answers for us.
Thank you very much, Mitch. You know we've always got answers for you, so ask us any question next time. But in the beginning of this map, it didn't look great for Liquid, did it?
No.
It didn't look like they were going to come out of this on top, but Doug, towards the end, they were in the commanding seat.
Yeah, but the seatbelt wasn't on, right? Like, they were sitting there, but the seatbelt wasn't on. I think it was, they're trying to snap it on, right? Hypoc mentioned it. Nothing feels comfortable, right? You think about that Link 3K at the end. It was a split second in which he's able to tuck into Cubby to avoid getting popped, and then he swings out and gets 3, and it took that kind of heroics for them to win that round. So they're getting there, and it doesn't have to be pretty if it works, but it's been touch and go.
I mean, without the big man on your screen right now coming into round 3, what he popped the 4K. The team didn't necessarily let him get the ace, but he would have been damn close to getting it. And throughout this half so far, he has been the one that has come up and stepped up. I remember seeing a tweet recently, and someone said, "It's so funny to me. It never occurred to me that when you play Breach, you're an initiator, and after you use your utility, you should initiate. That's the point of those roles." And I said to myself, well, of course. And who better to give you a right display of exactly how to play Breach on Fracture than this man here. I will say, however, there's been some good Breach on the other side from the side of KRÜ as well, but that A main fault line that we're seeing time and time again from KRÜ, the adaptability from Team Liquid was very quick. It only took them until round 5 to work out the set play defensive strat, and especially with the ability and utility that we saw from KRÜ. And Team Liquid went, you do this every round. All we have to do is wait out your fault line, chuck in a stim, rush down, maybe, our Neon could get in on first, and then all they could do to counter that was have a wrap corner play. That's not enough to be able to counter it into the future.
I mean, that's the problem, right, Doug? Even looking at these highlights, JonahP's getting the kills in the exact same spot. KRÜ are just letting him get away with it.
Yeah, it's kind of criminal, really. I'm concerned if there's a time for Liquid to pull away, it's going to be in this half. I think KRÜ can be one-dimensional on their attacking halves, and I think Liquid, knowing what they have in place, they could expose that. I'm a bit worried, Jinsu.
They have a Stimmy and Neon and Jet. They're coming at you. They're coming. They're not even defending now. They're just going to come at you.
I mean, defensive side, unfortunately, statistically, I know they've only played it a couple times this year, but that's their best shot. They've not done too well in attack.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Let's jump back into game now with Hypoc and Mitch.
Well, it's time to get half number 2 underway. KRÜ jumping over to the attack side, and I'm a little bit concerned for Liquid, but they've got that 7-5 lead at least.
I mean, I'm worried. Liquid almost need to fight fire with fire here. Yes, KRÜ can be one-dimensional. It's looking pretty all in here in the pistol, so I'll hold that thought for the time being and see how far KRÜ get with this.
Well, they've slowed it down just a smidge. I'm looking up above. Navera's got a shorty to play with. He's going to try to TP out of there. This is some nasty gameplay, but they're avoiding him completely, moving in towards the site, leaving him in a pretty tough spot. Oh, no, maybe he's not in a tough spot. He's able to get one. That is just disgusting. And now 3 bullets in his headhunter to try to take fights after.
Let's see if they can set up comfortably. Yeah, I mean, the wall's going to slow things down at least for KRÜ, but they almost need a kill here. Slowing it down is not enough. Scream's actually going to find one. Nagzet will fall.
Yeah, that's the headhunter removed completely. Now they can start looking towards the side, or so you would think. But the kills come in quickly for KRÜ. Klaus and Delzik doing a damn good job. And that frenzy up close boosted up as well. It's tearing them apart, but
Wait,
Liquids, they bounce back in a second. Blink and you miss it as 8-5 goes on the scoreboard.
How?
I don't know.
Even know everything went right for KRÜ there. I mean, it's heartbreaking to lose out when you feel like literally KRÜ had stopped them on the way back through. I mean, the wall, it just goes time and time again. We talk about the impact of stage walls, particularly in pistol rounds, right?
Yeah.
It's such a nuisance to deal with, but they slowed him down. I mean, this is perfect timing here. Again, JonahP finding a frenzy headshot to tower, of course.
Naturally.
Of course, that's how it happens.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, how did he get
Easy
that
spray.
first kill? And yeah, it's nice.
JonahP has been unreal. He's currently 13-8. And remember, a lot of those duels were like over towards A site short when he gets stunned and takes 2 players down.
Sand. That's the start and end of that story. Sand.
Sand, exactly. Oh, wow. Things have been hard and coarse for KRÜ so far. It's been a rough start, we'll say that. Coming in, though, force buy. They've gone for a pretty decent investment, and, well, they're on the site having lost 1 player.
Same walls come up, though, behind the smoke. Will slow things down. Again, Liquid should be able to just take a breather here. Scream actually going to find the Xeno. Soulcast now.
Oh, Klaus.
Unnoted yet. Yeah, Klaus, you got to be careful, dude.
No, Klaus. Good night and sweet dreams. Yeah, that's one of the problems with playing against a Neon on this map, in particular defensive side. They can rotate so damn quickly. Not just to reinforce, but to flank. And that's where you really want to have Nags online for like the whole round, because you need to have that flank security.
And potentially, I mean, this could be kind of the sign to say play a little deeper here.
We're ready.
Whether or not they're going to continue with this base, I mean, cast your mind back to what Doug said, one-dimensional. That's pretty much cut and paste the first 2 rounds over and over, just swap the weapons out. So seeing a different setup initially here, but again, it's looking pretty all in. Whether or not they're just going to try and charge down 1 member of Liquid and try and find an opener here. We're looking for a bit of discipline for Liquid, because I mean, this effectively, if this is clean, could be the first map right here, to be honest with you. They're 1 buy round away from closing the map out then.
Yep, and they're going to start to have ults coming online!
Vera, man.
How can he get away with that? A second kill landed, he's back on the site and ready for more!
Just to have the absolute cheek to still commit to the second strike. I mean, again, the first kill's so disconnected from the death ball, right? That he does have a little space to do, but again, just Nevera things.
Scream's flanked up behind as you see Mazzino going down, and well, this is about as easy as they come. The stun, oh, there you. Well, we'll pretend we didn't see that.
Yeah.
Well, no one saw it. I blinked during that. What happened?
Yeah, no, he was building up the ult for Nevera.
Oh,
give Nevera an extra ult orb.
Pretty cool, yeah.
It's fantastic ultimate management, actually, by Liquid there.
There we go, glorious. That was a Sliggy call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've practiced that one. Look at this here, again, finds the first. The swing is just like an immediate nope, but I'm still going to go for this.
He doesn't even, it's like he swings and he hits the 3rd guy from the right, like, right into the pack. Oh man, 10-5, KRÜ timeout, no surprise. As you said, you know, if you lose this buy round, like if Liquid managed to come in here and win with the weapons that they've got, it's game over, man. Start looking at map 2.
I feel like it's just so hard to come back from that. So then again, KRÜ have learned nothing from these first few rounds, right?
Oh yeah.
They've, again, similar to what we were talking about with Liquid, right? They haven't really found a point of weakness. They don't even. I mean, you got to argue they don't even have a good feel for the setup just yet.
Don't let Nevera headshot you.
Well.
There's a good strat.
Lesson number 1, right? And actually, then the second is don't let Scream headshot you.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah.
The age old.
You want to text Sliggy some of these during the timeout? I might feed it back.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You think he's
conflict of interest, is it?
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
But this is the thing. How do KRÜ come into this? Because it's so fragile in terms of the money here. You have to pin an awful lot on 1 round. And I don't feel as if you're relying on a blind exit. There's no data. There's no tape for this to come in and say, actually, you know, we have a really good feel for what Liquid are doing recently here and how they play this. I mean, there's a neon on the board as well. So it's literally just definition of anomaly.
I'll tell you, it's one of the worst things as well, because I can imagine the crew came into this and said, oh, we've got them, guys. They left the fracture open for us. And now they're sat there going, oh, no, I think they wanted this. I think they were ready, and it's certainly looking like it. They're 10-5 right now, and this round right here, this is a swing round. If Team Liquid win, it's going to be a disaster.
It's looking pretty invested right now up towards Bridge. I mean, a little bit of presence shown towards Dish right now. Actually will force away Soulcast, so at least space found initially, but can they convert this?
He did not just try to running, jumping, shoot someone with a Marshall. If he had have hit that.
He did.
You're a bad person, Navera. I hope you know that.
I mean, it's actually pretty huge. If he gets a kill, Tour de Force is online.
Look at this, though. Crew all the way over on the B side. They made that early noise. They showed a lot of players, and now they're going to reap the rewards of those rotates that have come through. Team Liquid on a low buy. They know they're going to be much more sporadic, much more likely to stack up a site with limited information. So they've made the right call, going towards the light side.
Look
But
how quickly the wall's dealt with this time around.
Yeah, because Liquid started to rotate. Oh, if he fires that
weird.
off. Oh my god. Oh, I did not like that. I did not like that at all. This is getting very, very scary, Hypuck, because KRÜ, they've got 2 less players. Team Liquid have all their utility, and that Rolling Thunder, they need to find a kill off the back of it, and they can't.
He's going to ult that? Yeah, she posted towards spawn.
Oh man, none of these duels are working out. KRÜ finally have Klaus stepping it up, but it's too little too late. A bonus round for Team Liquid, and I'll say that looked like a very convincing bonus as well. They are certainly in control of this game.
I mean, I get the intention. Actually, they have the benefit of Liquid drifting away from the side, but they don't have the chamber utility to rely on, right? They almost walk back into this blind. But then, with the lack of weapons, they're still able to retake that.
It starts with how quickly that wall is broken as well. You know, I said KRÜ.
And that's so key as well, because that's been absolutely pivotal to KRÜ even finding some sort of comfort on the way in, trying to isolate one kill.
Getting a plant safely, being able to back out like...
They
yeah.
talk about his one last match.
Yeah. Wall bang through a smoke.
Yeah.
Just after the wall breaks. With a bulldog. And he was spraying the wall. That's the best part. He wasn't even trying to kill anyone. That's the unluckiest thing in the moment that it happened as well. Look at this aggression out of Soulcast. It's time to get back, though, because they've got pistols, and I think he's already learned his lesson about giving them rifles for free.
Okay, luckily Soulcast is still there. We'll find his third eventually traded out. Scream now 6 HP. We're going to try and farm up a couple of these ecos now, but here's the next step. Well, there was the next step. Nags are going to pretty quickly deal with JonahP. Scream tagged up, so he can't even concede a body shot right now. Actually, the Spectre will make it even more difficult for him, but the flank's already coming through. See already Link and Navera both posted up. Find the first.
What?
Oh, okay.
That was great damage. If you
Wasn't
consider,
close. Wasn't close.
Ends up connecting a headshot there, another body, maybe. Navera goes down in the round,
Scream
falls
was like
apart.
sub 10 HP.
Yeah, he's 6 HP. But even then, he stayed alive for so long. Yeah, that last round, though, for KRÜ, it's like they were in a position where they allowed Liquid to rotate. They had enough players to break the wall, to get that kill through the smoke, to then blitz them. This time, they tried to up the pace. To no avail. 12-5. I mean, that is a tough comeback for KRÜ so far. Haven't been able to do anything.
Any double uppers?
Why not?
You want to play? Let's play.
JonahP and Navera with operators, that's a pretty scary thought.
Especially they're both towards A as well. JonahP's on rope, so again, this deep trap. Actually spotted by it as well. That's the default line on the back of the trap as well will slow things down, but JonahP now, look at it, he can just post up on this angle.
The fault line came in so quickly. Oh, KRÜ already moving towards the site, but yeah, there's JonahP ready on the angle. Doesn't catch the second player coming down, but they've already done enough at this point. Gotta be happy leaving them with a man disadvantage as the plant comes through. Take a look at what KRÜ have to work with. One away from Rez. They would absolutely love a kill from Azino right now. Nothing on offer for Team Liquid. As they just slow this down, they're going to look to push a player out of position. It's Mazzino in the back site that's being pushed. Good flash, though. Gets him into safety. They'll keep the players alive on KRÜ for now. That duel has to be taken eventually, and it's Team Liquid to speed it up. Solkis already moving into the back of the site. He's just distracting them, waiting for the wall to go down. Solkis is just tearing them to shreds. He shouldn't have been able to do that much damage. And in the end, it's Team Liquid's map 13-5. A solid performance on a map that we weren't really sure what to expect from. I'll tell you what, people at home didn't get to see the fake agents like we had.